Hello, my name is David Blaze. I'm running for County Commissioner in the 4th District. I'm 68 years old, been retired for 4 years. For the last 20 years, I've been building a nationwide company that specializes in sales and service of medical equipment. Now, every state had competitors, but we went into those states and we gave them better service, we gave them routine maintenance, and we sold quality equipment. Now, why is this relevant? Well, I would apply the same principles to being a county commissioner. I would return my phone calls to when people call me, answer emails, etc. I was born here in Faribault. I went to Catholic school for 8 years and moved over to high school and graduated there, and went to Mankato State with a business degree in management. Our family was poor, so we learned very quickly you wanted to make money. At 8 years old, I was mowing lawns and shoveling snow. At 9, I took a job with the St. Paul Pioneer Press, delivering daily and Sunday newspapers. And then you had to be 10 to work for the Faribault Daily News, so I went over to the Faribault Daily News at 10 years of age and did that for a couple of years. And then at 14, I got a job in a restaurant, washing dishes and scrubbing pots. Probably the worst job I've ever had. And then later on, learned how to cook at that place, and then went to Mealy's for a while and cooked. And then when I was 16, I was the night cook at the Modern Bar in Faribault, Rome. So I have a history of working, and I will work for you.
My name is Mark Alati. I am 57 years old. I have lived in Faribault for most of the last 42 years. I did spend a little bit of time at college up in the Twin Cities in the late 80s and saw 1 year at Mankato. But other than that, for about 40 years, I've lived in Faribault. I'm a 1987 graduate of Bethlehem Academy. Class of 44 people. I'm a 1993 graduate of Mankato State University in law enforcement. And even though I retired at the end of February of 2025, I did spend over 30 years with the Rice County Sheriff's Office. I did about 13 total years on patrol, 14 years in investigations, and I spent the last 4 years as a supervisor for courthouse security. So my family, most people know the last name. My family has had businesses in Rice County for the last, 30 of the last 40 years. My dad ran McNamara's back in the 80s and 90s, and then he owned the building till about 2012. And my sister had a titling company, real estate titling company here in town. They have all since moved to Florida. My sister back 10 years ago, although she returns often, and then my parents just moved to Florida here a few months ago. But I am still here. I love this community and the county.
Hello, I'm Steve Underdahl. I'm running for 4th District Rice County Commissioner, an office that I've held for the last 7.5 years. I've lived in Faribault essentially all my life since I was about 5 years old. I attended a small one-room country school for 3 years, and then continued on with Faribault Public Schools, graduated from Faribault High School, going on to the University of Minnesota, and then Mankato State University, graduating with a bachelor's degree in business administration. I'm married for, happy to say, 47 years. We have 2 grown children and 2 grandchildren, and all of them still live in the Faribault community. And that's one of the things that I find a desire to try and make our communities and our county better. I'm looking into the future, realizing that there's this legacy of my grandkids, my children that are out there that want to have a good place for them to grow up and live. I've owned my own business since 1979. It's in the construction industry. Proud to say that I'm still operating that business today. I've been actively involved in the Faribault community for well over 30 years, starting out with Lincoln PTA, my local church council, the Chamber of Commerce, the Faribault HRA, EDA, Planning Commission, City Council, Community Vision 2040 Committee. Been again Rice County Commissioner for 7.5 years. I've been active in state and regional organizations, the Southern Minnesota Initiative Foundation, the Workforce Development Board, Southeast Minnesota Emergency Medical Services Board, and state trade associations with my business.